Right.
Ooh, sorry.
And she's making a throne. Instead of bird making the nest.
I blend in.
Just a floating head. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Did you hear me get out of bed last night?
No?
Oh, because I couldn't really sleep. Just thinking about it. Came down here about 3. About an hour watching Rick and Morty.
Sorry, I'm trying to get out. That's what you know, make a wish. That's well thought out, that wish.
Can't waste wishes. Yeah, I came down here about 3. So you might have heard me.
No.
I'm very good at that though, sneaking out. I am good at sneaking out.
I don't know if you should sound proud of that. Where else have you been to whilst I've been asleep?
Hey, nightclubs. Nah, but I'm good at it.
You're good at sneaking out. You're not very good at sneaking back in, though.
That's the hardest bit, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think you're good at sneaking.
I'm terrible at sneaking. I never really sneak out because I feel like once I'm in bed, I'm in bed. But if I have to wake up early in the morning, but that's the only reason I think, is when I have to wake up before you and I have to like sneak around. To be fair though, I'm never that careful.
No, I'm like a ninja.
Also, I'm like, if he's gonna wake up, he's gonna wake up, whatever. He'll be up in an hour or so anyway.
You said up.
I know, I did say up.
Up in an hour.
Sort of self-isolation done. I've spent too long with the northerner. I said circumstances the other day as well. And caught myself and I was like, circumstances.
You're talking proper England now. That's good England. Come on. There can't be some northerners out there that watch YouTube.
It was weird though, because it was like my instinct. Because I remember hearing it in my head and going, yeah, circumstances, that's right. It's not, circumstances. But yeah, whenever I'm sort of up before you and sneaking around, I'm never really trying to sneak around because I'm like, oh, he's got to wake up at some point, isn't he?
Terrible. I like slow on the door handle. That's what always catch you out. Getting out of bed's hard and getting in is quite hard. You gotta like slide out.
I can imagine getting in's harder than getting out.
It is hard, yeah.
Yeah.
You got like, the probably best way to do it, get the cover out of the way, sit on the edge of the bed, roll down.
Onto the floor?
No, I'm on the bed now. Legs in the bed.
Oh, getting in, okay.
Then get the cover.
If there's any left.
Get to the door. Maybe use your phone light, as in not your torch, the light of your phone. That's another trick that I like to use.
Yeah.
No one wants to be woken up by a big lighthouse.
No.
So I'm like phone light to find the door handle. Watch out for any stuff on the floor as well. That'll always catch you out. Stick with me, I'll show you, right? I'll teach you ways. This time yesterday we were doing a photo shoot, really, wasn't we?
We were, although I don't know if we're allowed to say anything more than we've already said about it.
We're not going to say anything more, but we can talk about how it was. Because I always find, because as actors we have to have like headshots and stuff. I was thinking about this before. Like, I am not good at directing my face. I came to that conclusion years ago and it still sticks. Because I can't isolate that well enough. Because I'll be like, this is it. Like, I'll be like giving it smizing. And then they're like, relax your eyebrows. So I'll relax my eyebrows, but then my mouth will drop. And it's everything's like connected, but I can't. And they're like, no, shut your mouth. And I'll be like doing something else. I was like, yeah, it's too tight. And it's literally like that. It's like a, you know those puzzles you gotta move like squares, there's always one spare square.
Yeah.
You move something and something else has got to give. So it takes a long time for me to get the right pose and picture.
This is also like how you are on stage when you've got the giggles and you think, oh, I'm not smiling at all, but really you're like the Cheshire Cat and you're like grinning. My face is I don't know what my face is doing most of the time. It's like it's got a mind of its own, so. Ollie, when we were in the Adams Family, Ollie would get the giggles. We were working with this guy called Cameron Blakely, who is maybe the funniest man on the planet. He's so funny.
He's very, very
and
funny.
He's evil on stage because he corpses very rarely. So.
But he has the power to make everyone.
Yeah, he can take down an entire cast.
Yeah, easy.
In one scene, easy. But Ollie found him maybe more hysterical than anybody else.
He
didn't have to do much to make Ollie laugh. And so Ollie would be sat next to me in this scene called Full Disclosure at the end of Act 1, and I'd turn to him, and he'd like, I could tell you thought that you were holding it together really well.
Yeah.
But he absolutely wasn't.
Yeah. Because when I feel like I'm not smiling, like you said, like,
yeah.
I'm giving like, I'm hiding it, so only like 10% smiles coming out. My 10% smiles, like most people's like 80.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is not even funny.
No, my favourite thing is the face, that's him like trying his hardest not to smile.
An upside down smile.
It's like Beaker from the Muppets. He used to do that so much. But it was the fact that it was paired with your eyes watering.
Yeah. I had it so bad in that show though, because obviously Cameron, like what you call it? Cameron's Cameron, and he can make anyone laugh. But it was a torture scene. He used to torture me in this scene, and it became ridiculous. Like the things he used to do, and the things we used to do together. Like you remember those like little crappy, stupid jokes we got, and the scene from rehearsals to like the end of the tour was like a different scene.
It just grew.
It grew and grew, and we were trying to make each other laugh.
But then I'd come into the scene, I'd be the third person in the scene, and I'd just walk into these two clowns, like, absolutely pissing themselves. I'd be like, what's happened whilst I've been back there? What's gone on?
I can't remember what we used to do, but we used to do loads of random stuff. Yeah, I was terrible at corpsing. I've been really.
I never used to be bad until the Addams Family. I think the Addams Family is what sort of broke me. I think it's because I'd never met anyone who was as funny on stage as Cameron Blakely. And even because we were in Les Mis together as well, me and Cameron. He played Thénardier. But we just never spent enough time on stage together in a scene for me to understand just how evil he was.
And also, that part for Cameron is like giving...
Yeah.
It's like... I don't know, it's like Jim Carrey in The Mask. As in, it's like, he has so much free reign.
Yeah.
Like Cameron as Gomez, he's so perfect for it. So obviously as Thénardier, he had his moments to like do his thing, but he wasn't really the forefront of everything. Yeah. But Gomez is, and also Gomez can get away with anything.
Yeah, he's one of those characters that's so garish and outlandish that you can just
try something or to be silly. Isn't it?
It got to a point where he was doing a headstand. He was doing a headstand. There's a bit where he'd say, like, he's lying to his wife, and he'd say, if I'm lying, may lightning strike me down where I stand. And the joke was that the lightning bolt would hit the floor where he stood, and he jumped out of the way. But it just grew and grew and grew to the point where when he jumped, he'd roll into a headstand. And when I say headstand, I mean he would literally stand
on his head,
on his head with his arms by his side, upside down.
Yeah, because he went back, then would do a backwards roll, and then just go, hey, like...
Yeah, completely stiffen his
body. Like, stiffen his body so then he should be on his head. And then, obviously, once you're on your head, he's not a gymnast or anything, he can't control which way he's going to go. So you just, sometimes you just balance on his head for like a couple of seconds and be like, oh my god. Or sometimes you just go up and go, ooh, bang. Like, and there's no controlling where he would land.
So it's different every night.
And it's just like, the guy's like 50 what?
Yeah.
In his 50s at least. I was like, Jesus.
God.
Yeah, he's funny.
He used to do it in Full Disclosure as well. When I used to yell stop, and everyone would freeze, and it'd just be Uncle Fester, like, walking around doing his monologue. And Karen would, like, hold himself in some kind of, like, breakdance pose. But the problem was he wouldn't be able to hold it for as long as he needed to hold it. So he'd end up, like, wobbling or shaking or, like, just falling down and giving up.
He's so funny.
God.
Go buy tickets when the tour happens.
Yeah. If the tour's still happening, I'm guessing it is, but if you get a chance to go and see the Addams Family, you've got to go and see it, because Cameron's playing Gomez again. I do miss the Addams Family. I think I miss touring.
I think I don't really miss the weekly tour or so.
No, it was nice settling down when we had those stints of 2 weeks.
It's really hard to like living out a suitcase.
Yeah.
Because you're not even there for a week really, because you got one of your days is a travel day, and obviously one of your days is a day off. So you're literally there in the venue for like 5 days.
Tuesday to Saturday, really, wasn't it?
and you're like living out of a suitcase, and it's just like it's a hard slog, I think.
And it's hard because you're in a place that you just never see.
Yeah. Because I think if I've never toured more than that. I've like never done a UK tour other than the Adams Family. And if I think, cause some tours, like the Les Mises, the Phantoms, like the bigger like Cameron Mackintosh tours, they stay for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And my only sort of experience in one place for a certain amount of time would be Back to the Future. And I said we were there for quite a while in terms of tech and stuff, but it got to the point where I had a routine as a person. I would leave my mum's because I was staying at home because it was not too far in Manchester. And then I'd go to the gym in the morning, and everything was just set. Yeah. And I knew what I was doing, and it's so nice. And so I think if I was touring again, obviously it's job dependent, and if it's a part I really want to do, then sort of that goes out the window. Because you're I really want to do that part regardless of what my touring schedule is. But if you had a choice, I think the best way to tour, in my opinion, would be doing at least 3 to 4 weeks or 8 weeks at one place, because then you begin to get your life back, rather than just living out of a suitcase.
We did 2 weeks with Chitty. That was alright.
Yeah, 2 weeks is fine actually. But then 2 weeks was fine.
It was nice because then not that I'd get bored, but as soon as you got used to one place, you're okay, it's time to go now. I've seen what I wanted to see. Although there was one week that came right before a week off where we were in Plymouth, but they double booked us by accident with another show. So they had to change our schedule, and they put 2 weeks worth of shows in 1 week, which meant we were doing double shows every day for 5 days. So we did 10 shows in 5 days, which is the most I've ever done in my life. Yeah. And it was intense. By show 5 or 6, everyone was really delirious.
Yeah, that is mental.
Yeah.
Did you get 2 weeks' wage in that week then?
I think so, yeah. We got paid for the shows that we did, yeah.
That's good. That's like panto.
But it was nice that we had a week off following it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was tough that week. That was the only single week that we had, but it was a full-on single week.
Well, who knows what's next for all of us?
Who knows?
Well, you're doing Cinderella, so I wonder what's next for me.
You've got lots of things, potential things though.
Loads of things in the pipeline. Potentially. Right, let's start our day. Give me your head. Have a good day, everyone. Seize it. Believe it. Achieve it. Cheese it. What? She said I'm funny, yeah. Sorry, yesterday's video was very short and not that good in terms of content. Yeah, it was, but the battery kept on dying.
Oh yeah.
Twice, so the flow was a bit bleh. But today's is good. I can sense it. Bye.
Bye.